Okay, so you found yourself with a red Abyssinian banana. You loved it. You're in an area where you're going to get frost. It's not cold hardy. It needs to be overwintered somewhere else. It's a little bit too big just to pitch in the house or the greenhouse. Though I don't know. It is for my house. So this is what you're going to do. These are the steps. You're going to want to cut all these leaves off. Cut all the leaves off. Then, get yourself a spade. If you've got it in a great big planter as I do here, get yourself a spade. Or if it's out in the yard, if you've planted it in ground, then get yourself a bigger shovel. And then you're going to dig around, work it out, take it out of the pot, or lift it out of the soil. These guys have very shallow root systems, so it's not going to be a lot of digging. But this is all water. There's going to be a lot of weight involved in digging that out, so, or lifting it up. So that's, you're going to use my shovel there. Get yourself a good knife. They're not difficult to cut through when it comes to removing the leaves. But get yourself a good knife. Cut off those leaves. A serrated bread knife works great as well. I had this old knife around, so this is the one I'm going to use. Then make sure you've got some gloves and a towel, and then either an oversized nursery pot, or in this case I had this blue bucket that just kind of hangs out in the corner for random uses, and we're going to randomly use that. And then you can either get yourself a big garbage sack, or in this case, recently I've been to Les Schwab, so I had one of those bags that the tires come in. What we're going to do is we're going to cut the leaves, lift it out, trim up the roots, rinse those off a little bit. Then the next step, before the towel, before the bag, before the bucket, is move that into your garage or shed, if you will, somewhere where it's not going to freeze. You don't want this to freeze over winter. But move it somewhere and hang it upside down for 1 to 2 weeks. I'm thinking 2 weeks is probably best, just so it can drain some of the water. So keep in mind, water is going to be draining. So, make good choices on where you're going to put that, because all that water is going to go somewhere. Then, stand it back up on end. Release it from whatever you're hanging it on. Still haven't quite figured that out yet, but I do have some rope. And then wrap the base in a towel. Put it in the bag. Wrap the bag up and stick it away. And come next spring, take it out and repot it. It'll take a little time, but you come back next spring and I'll show you how to repot it and to get it back on your patio and get it growing again. In my neck of the woods, I'm thinking that's probably going to be late February, early March when I start dealing with it. I may not bring it actually outside right away, just due to the fact that we don't want it to freeze, and depending on where you're at, I know where I'm at, February, March, you're still seeing episodes of freeze, sometimes even some light snow. So, all right, so that's a quick and dirty version. Now, if you really want to get dirty, stick around for part 2 and watch me struggle through this. I will either make it look like it's incredibly easy, or I'll have so many challenges and difficulties that you'll also get to experience that with your own red Abyssinian banana. So if you're leaving for now, thanks. Come back soon. If you're sticking around, go ahead and grab some popcorn. I'm not sure how long this is going to take. I might actually speed through some of it. Who knows? You know me, I like to ramble on. All right, here we go. All right, so here we are. Part 2. I'm going to keep my clicker so I can find maybe an appropriate time to stop, change it to fast action or slow motion, or I don't know the term. I'm not technical, but hey, I can grow things. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to trim the leaves. Let's see. So we got our knife. These things hold a lot of water. You know that. So I'm just going to start doing that. And if you got a question, go ahead and ask. I won't hear you. But you know what? Still ask. It's always entertaining and fun to be talking to a movie that you're watching. So, or at least that's what my wife thinks. One. Oh, can you see that water dripping out of there? Look at that. Okay, how tall is this one? Okay, so, oh, not very tall at all. I'm only 6 foot. It's not very tall. Here, I'll stand up. Now I'm 6 foot. Put that down there. Okay, hopefully you can see this. Look at that. Not sure where I'm at here. Wow, that's just something very impressive. Very impressive. Doesn't take a lot to impress me. Is that thing still tracking me? You know what? I forgot to turn on the little device thingy that tracks me. So as I'm gonna do that. Oh, see? Now I won't go off camera. See? Now I'm over here. Okay. Yes, it's a new toy. All right, now I'm sneaking in here. Ooh, let's see how big this one is. It's just crazy how much water. Okay, let's see. Is this one any taller? Okay, a little bit taller. I don't know. I wonder if I wrapped a pork shoulder in this, if I could make a clue of pork. I do it with my Musa. Alright, let's see. I don't know why, I'm just kind of excited about how tall these leaves are. Look at that. Look at that. That's as tall as me. Too bad I didn't have the grandkids. We could play games. Ooh, isn't she pretty? Okay, let's see. Oh, getting there, getting there. Ba, 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 ba. I sure hope that each year this thing just keeps getting bigger and bigger with taller and taller leaves. Wow, just something else, something else. Oh, I kind of like that look. So next year there won't be these leaves. It'll get taller. Ooh, I'm getting excited about that. All right, ooh, might be the tallest one. Oh, look at that. It's about my same height. Ta-da! Oh, that was a shorty. Okay, let's see here. We have one more. We have one more coming out. Actually, there's this one. We'll just cut her right there. Huh. Look at this. Is it still tracking me? Aw, it's not tracking me no more. Oh, there it goes. I don't know. Maybe I'm not big enough. Oh, hey, I'm over here. Hello. Huh. Well, that thing, that might need to be a product review at some point. Curious to see what it looks like when I start watching. Look at that. I'm just going to unravel this. Huh. Doo-doo. And the last leaf. Isn't that just gorgeous? Oh my gosh, I just love that. Love the look of that. Love the look of that. Oh, and it still had some growing to do. Wow. Yeah, okay. So I'm just a little fascinated with it. But look at it. Okay. Throw that away. And here we have it. So I am going to, this was a leaf that I cut back a while ago because it looked kind of, you know, gnarly. So I'm just going to trim this up a little bit. Those pockets have been holding water. I wonder if Ginger will chew on these. I wonder if I should be concerned if Ginger chews on those. You know what? I will just be sure to pick things up before I let her out. And then at some point, I'll go ahead and figure out if it's a problem for her. Okay, let's see. Well, that is just pockets of water. Just pockets of water. It's like a sponge. I don't know if you can see that, but look, I'm just squeezing. That's, oh, this is nothing but water. Okay. Well, that step is done. Now it's time for the fun. And the fun would be loosening the soil and rolling that bad boy out. For that part, I will need my spade. Okay, let's see here. You know what? So I'm not actually going to put it in the bucket today because it's just going to get hung. But I had put some decorative mulch. That I don't want to have to replace, so we're going to put that in here for now. Oh, yeah, see, now we're getting dirty. Foreplay's over. Now it's time to get dirty. All right. I got to tell you, there's a lot of anxiety here cleaning this up. It's like the summer's really now over. It's November 2nd. Summer's been over. Hey, if you've checked me out before, thanks for checking me out. But this year, as a project, I decided to get a heater going and proper fan going in the greenhouse. Got some different philodendrons and whatnot growing in there. If you'd like to see some more of in the greenhouse, hey, leave me a comment, shoot me a message, let me know. I'll figure out stuff to do in there. See, look at that. I don't know what the heck I'm doing here. I feel like I should just be able to just pop this bad boy out. Either that or I should get a ladder. I put a bucket of rocks in my way. It's right here. You can't see it, but there's a bucket and it's full of rocks right here. Another project I'm working on. Instead, but I'm thinking if I was on a ladder, I could get a proper foothold in here. Oh yeah, okay, so shallow roots, but there are roots. Wow. And I'm just digging around, trust me, just digging around. Digging around the edge of it, trying to loosen the soil up. The roots are really just, it looks like just a few inches below the ground. Oh, there's one big old root. Wow, this thing is all kinds of roots. Soil's really dry too. That surprises me. We've had a lot of water or rain this I was gonna say spring. We're not even close to that. This fall. Now, so imagine, I don't know why this thing's pointing over here. Imagine I'm gonna shut the tracking off. Hang on one second. Then I'm gonna turn it. All right. You got to see it in my nostril probably. Oh yeah, much better maybe. I don't know, you tell me. Okay, so it's getting loose, so the base of this thing comes down like this and then the roots go out. So all I'm doing is I'm cutting those roots around to get it more wiggly, loosened, so that I can tip this bad boy out. It's like a oh, look at that. It's on wheels. Okay. And if you're wondering, you think this guy just rambles to himself when he's out there and the video's not on? Yes, I do. Okay.
Okay, ooh, exciting stuff here. We're almost there. We're almost there. Move that knife away. Okay, we've got one set of roots in here. Okay, there it is. Something's holding on for dear life in there. Oh. Oh, missed one. One over here. Wow. That's something else. Whoops. Bang it around. My gloves are so wet. This thing is so full of water. Oh, I felt it pop. Here, let's move a little closer. Okay, hang on, don't go nowhere. We're not done yet. Okay. I wanted to make sure maybe we're close enough that you can get a better idea what these roots look like. I'm gonna attempt, I'm using the word attempt here. First of all, let me get my handy dandy little garden cart situated, because eventually it's gonna go in the garden cart so that I can move it into the garage. Probably best at this point to install like an engine hoist in your garage. I don't know how I'm gonna lift that, but who knows? Figure it out. I always do. Okay, let's see what we can do here. All right. Ooh, okay. Now let's all right. Hang on. Ooh. Oh. Silly me. Put it back in the hole. Huh. Well, let's see here. What can we do? What can we do? Aha. Think harder, not smarter. Well, at least I'm keeping my new coat clean. Let's see here. That'll be good. I feel like I'll be cleaning the patio after this. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay, now, alternatively, instead of cleaning all these off, I could leave most of these roots. If I had an area where I could have just kept it in soil, thrown it into like a greenhouse or something, you know, water just minimal throughout the winter, and then I probably would have left a leaf on it. But the way I had to manhandle this, that leaf would have been destroyed. But I don't have the space for that. So I'm just gonna clean that up. All its life. So imagine, so a banana is a rhizome. Not actually a tree, that's a pseudostem. It's just holding water. all its life, all of its life's energy is going to come out of this base. So we don't need any of these roots to overwinter. So right now I'm just trying to get most of that soil out. Make it a little bit lighter. Give me a better idea where it's at. I'm really trying to figure out where I'm going to hang this. I wish it didn't freeze. I think I'd hang it from the patio. Cut off a few of these, just shorten. I'm not cutting them off. I'm not cutting it off like, you know, not giving it a buzz cut. It's not haircut day for me. Let's see, not haircut day for me. You know, and where it'll be sitting, or where it'll be hanging upside down, I will, I'll be able to watch that, and then the soil will dry out, and probably more of it will brush off. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, in my garden cart, I'm going to bring it around into my garage. I'm going to find an area that I can hang it from there, a rafter or something. I'll hang it over the bucket, so that way as it's draining water over the next couple weeks, the bucket is collecting it, so I'm not getting water everywhere. Then, I will take my handy dandy towel and I'll wrap it in a swaddling, like you'd swaddle a baby. Wrap it around there. Set it in my black bag, or my bag, my yellow Les Schwab bag. Make sure to follow my directions to the T. Get a flat tire, get a spare on, go to Les Schwab. And then they'll put your spare in a yellow bag, or the spare in a yellow bag instead of putting it back away, depending on the Les Schwab you go to. And then you'll have that yellow bag. Who knows, you might be able to just walk in and ask for one. But then, so I'll put that around here. I'll put that in my bag. Then I'll put it in my bucket. And then I'll be able to easily move it, slide it around in the garage. I'm gonna keep it from freezing. We don't want it to freeze. And then, yeah, I'd say, you know, if you just hit that follow, like, subscribe button, whatever it is, then you'll get notified when I release the video on putting that thing back up next spring, and you can see how that works, and we can watch its progress. Everyone that I've talked with that has done this, all the information that I've been able to come across, this process is going to work. This thing will shrivel up to a degree. It'll lose a lot of its weight because it's all water, and then it'll grow big and beautiful and absolutely gorgeous again next summer. So that's where we're at. If you find me on Facebook, The Angry Gardener, I will go ahead and post. I'll post a photo of my setup in the garage, how I've hung it. Once I figure out how I'm going to do that. But there will be rope involved, maybe a helper, and it's going to be tied off somewhere. Have some ideas, haven't quite figured that out yet, but we'll get it figured out. All right. Hey, thanks for watching, and if you hung out through this whole thing, wow, you are a trooper. gonna look pretty bare on the patio for the next couple months, but hey, I've always got my warm greenhouse to go into, and I still gotta go get some mulch and get my mousses mulched and my dahlias taken care of. So, all right, thanks for watching. Have an amazing November. Talk to you soon.